We have little patch 0.208.1 today that takes care of some little bugs and issues that will make our gameplay experience a bit smoother. Let's get into it. This video is sponsored by HostEZ. HostEZ provides dedicated server hosting with the right amount of high quality hardware and bandwidth that you need for a smooth experience. See the link and discount code below to get your server set up and start playing with your friends right away. Fix the bug where trolls would not get staggered correctly sometimes. If you snuck up on them, they'd turn around immediately and smack you. Now they get staggered, so you have a second to hit them again and take them down. Map key legend fixes and remove map icon gamepad mapping set to LB, so that'll be good for people on gamepad. Various small fixes to Frost Cave rooms. There's been a little bit here and there where there are spots that people could get stuck or there were holes in the ground. So they're getting that all worked out. Fixed a bug related to pausing after being in debug mode and changing server. Okay. Another one I had mentioned to Jonathan is when you're upgrading something. Say I want to upgrade my iron pickaxe. I hit upgrade. And before, the highlight would go back to the first thing in the list, and you'd have to go down and find it again, sometimes accidentally upgrading things you did not mean to. But now, the highlighted part stays with what you're working on, so if you upgrade again, you're still upgrading the same item that you meant to. It's a little thing, but that's going to have a big impact. Fixed a bug where the split stack number sometimes would not be visible on high resolutions. Fixed a bug where sometimes smelters would not always use the correct amount of coal. It was requiring 2.01 coal to each metal. Now I have 10 here, and 20 coal. So I should be able to get all of my metal done with 20 coal. Let's see what happens. And it worked. 10. Yay! Fix some items not being covered in snow. This is nice because things look really nice when they're covered in snow. But there are some things we don't really want to get covered in snow. So let's see which ones work this way. I'm at a base of Zane's world. He has a hole here in the middle where we can test and see which things get covered with snow and which things don't. Looks like the wood wall, the slats on the back get covered in snow, but the top doesn't. Looks like the 2-meter wood pole is not getting snow on top of it. The adornments are now getting covered, which is nice because they weren't before, and that looks really cool. Wood doors get snow on the bottom and on the handle, but not on the top of them, although the wood gate gets snow on the top of it, as well as these little rims, which looks nice. The darkwood gate looks awesome with snow on it. The darkwood pole gets snow on top of it, even though the regular one doesn't. Looks like the crystal wall does not get snow on top of it. Keeps it a clearer look, I suppose. In furniture, none of the rugs get snow on them, so that lets you keep that decorative effect. Even on porches, the jack-o'-turnip doesn't get snow, but of course we don't have that right now. In crafting, the chopping block does not get covered with snow. The campfire doesn't get covered, but the bonfire does. Portal does not, nor does the stack of coins, although the coin pile does. Turns kind of silvery looking. That can make for some interesting decorations. Hotbar selection marker, now more visible on light backgrounds when using gamepad. Now we come to the cartography table. Let's look at a character that hasn't played in this world a lot. If I bring up my map, this is including all of the cartography table that I have taken from the table. To turn that off, you can see the little bit that I have done. But sometimes when you have the cartography table information from a world that has many people that have added to the cartography table, it can get a little bit overwhelming sometimes. And so sometimes it would be nice to clear it out and get a clean map. So let's see if we can use the reset shared map console command when I do not have dev commands turned on. Can I do it down here? Let's look at my map. It's gone. I no longer have any information about the cartography table. The button isn't even here to click. But if I go to the cartography table and read it now, I copy discoveries, look at my map, and here it is back. So this is huge, especially if you have a world that you've played in a lot the cartography table has gotten overwhelming with information and you want to clear it all off and have a clean shared map to use. It's also very useful in situations where an issue has happened with the cartography table. Like I had a problem on my server where someone brought in a mod that marked thousands of items on the map and shared it to the cartography table. I could not find a way to fix this. Even contacting one of the Iron Gate programmers, they didn't have a current way to fix this. But Jonathan proved once again that he's a rock star. Thanks so much for getting this in this patch. Buying items from the trader on Gamepad no longer buys twice, plus some interface tweaks. That would be annoying, for sure. Glad they got that fixed. Keyboard and gamepad hints for inventory screen. I'm not entirely sure what that's referring to, but they are aware of this little error down here where it says to use or equip something you use mouse and button 3 when actually it's the mouse right click. Picking up your tombstone will now try to stack items. So I'm here at one of Ford's bases. If I make myself a little guest bed right over here, claim that. And now I'm going to die. RIP. This is also a good way to get you home if you're stuck in a place that you cannot get out of. So here I have arrived back at my spawn point. I'm going to want to get a little bit of food. Try and save myself on the way back. I'll eat one. I'll keep one in my inventory in case I need it on the way. Now I already have some sausages in my grave and my grave is totally full. Before, if I had an item in my inventory and I tried to collect everything from my grave, it wouldn't stack everything and I wouldn't be able to pick everything up at once. And sometimes the thing it wouldn't let you pick up would be part of your armor or your weapon, which you really need right away, usually if you've just died. So now when I look in my grave, items are recovered automatically, and are they supposed to recover automatically? Look at that. It didn't stack my sausages. Maybe this one needs a little bit more work still. Let's try again. So this time when I die, RIP. So this time I'm going to pick up some mead for healing in case I need it. I get back to my grave, and that time it stacked it. So there seems to be some things that are depending on what it is of whether it'll stack it. This needs a little bit more work. Fixed an issue where tombstones sometimes would be unreachable in swamp trees. There are some tricks for getting in and out of swamp trees and rocks and lots of places that would be unreachable. It's kind of cheaty, but if you're dealing with a bug in the game to fix it, I don't see a problem with using it, and people will play how they're going to play. So one thing is you can put down a chair slightly into something as far as you could get it. And then if you sit in the chair, when you stand up, you're inside of the tree. This can be good for all kinds of safety reasons too, but you can just jump right back out. This can also be used for stone walls, for giant stones, all kinds of things. You can also set up a portal right next to a tree or an item that you need to save your grave from, and when you come out, it'll put you inside that object. You can use a dark wood door, where if you position it close enough and have something to keep you from sliding to the side while you're inside, if you push the door, it'll push you right into the tree. So that's all for today. Which one are you happiest about? Let me know below. Happy gaming!